This audiobook reveals the hidden metaphysics that links your mind to the boundless wisdom of the cosmos. Once you discover it, your world will transform forever. Prepare to awaken to the reality that has guided fates for centuries. The ability to shape your existence has always been part of you. The cosmos holds a mystery. Introduction. In the expansive weave of being a single reality, threads through the essence of existence, a reality so essential that it has guided the paths of those who uncovered its strength. This cosmic tenet surpasses eras, societies, and situations, functioning with steadfast accuracy through the ages. The metaphysics of realization show that you are not just a spectator of life's emerging story, but its main designer. Within the core of your awareness rests a power so strong that it forms the core of your existence. This strength, recognized by timeless seers and contemporary quantum thinkers alike, connects your ideas to the boundless wisdom of the cosmos. The mysteries of formation are not concealed in far-off shrines or locked in lost writings. They throb through your very core, awaiting acknowledgement. Every idea you conceive, every feeling you experience sends waves through the cosmic sea of endless potential. These oscillations draw matching situations, individuals, and events into your life with numerical exactness. You have always held this formative energy, though perhaps without completely grasping its scale. The cosmos reacts not to your statements or deeds alone, but to the vibrant frequency of your deepest convictions and anticipations. Like a reflection showing your internal realm, it realizes your prevailing ideas into tangible existence. This understanding has been safeguarded through centuries by those who comprehended its changing capability, from the enigma academies of antiquity to the holy customs of distant lands. This insight has been meticulously protected, not to limit its reach, but to guarantee it arrives at those ready to handle it wisely. Now, as you take in these terms, something inside you awakens in awareness. It is your elevated self confirming a reality it has eternally known. The barrier between what you view as existence and what is feasible thins with each instant of comprehension. You stand at the brink of rousing to your authentic formative strength, prepared to utilize the timeless tenets that rule all realization. Part 1. Awakening to the Concealed Realities. Chapter 1. The Shroud of Deception. In a city shrouded by evening haze, an explorer wandered aimlessly for the route forward. Each stride brought doubt. Each corner led to bewilderment. The mist clung tightly, dense as fabric, until even recollections of sharpness faded into obscurity. For hours, perhaps days, the explorer looped, convinced they were confined by powers outside their grasp. Then arrived the instant, a disclosure as straightforward as it was mighty. The explorer observed how the haze appeared to throb with their own respiration, how it deepened with their worries and brightened with their aspirations. In that flash of insight, they realized the fog was not detached from themselves, but a realization of their own muddled ideas. With this comprehension, the explorer shut their eyes and inhaled profoundly, selecting sharpness over disarray. As their mind clarified, so too did the atmosphere around them. The haze evaporated like dawn vapor in sunlight, unveiling a vista that had always existed, waiting to be perceived. You too navigate such hazes, though perhaps you have not identified them as your own making. The uncertainties that murmur in silent times, the apprehensions that restrain you, the restricting convictions that constrict your sight, these are the mist that veils your course. Like the explorer, you have the strength to scatter these deceptions merely by opting to perceive distinctly. Let me impart another reality concealed within a simpler narrative. A youth once devoted hours excavating pits in their courtyard, hunting for concealed riches. Their guardians observed with soft delight as pit after pit materialized, until finally the youth made a find. There under the ground lay a tiny chest holding valuable gems, ones the youth had interred weeks earlier and overlooked. This youth's tale reflects your own voyage. The riches you pursue, plenty delight meaning, are not veiled by outer forces. You positioned them within yourself, though you may have forgotten the solutions you chase have always dwelled in your core, awaiting you to recall their position. These narratives address the essence of your present pursuit. Like the explorer, you may sense misplaced in a haze of ambiguity. Like the youth, you may hunt frantically for what already pertains to you. The mists that appear to obstruct your course are projections of your own creation, and the riches you seek are already in your hold. To commence dispersing these self-formed deceptions, I present you this timeless exercise. Discover a serene instant and settle into quietude. Shut your eyes and envision yourself encircled by fog, the fog of your limiting convictions. Now picture a warm gust of awareness starting to stir this mist. As the air clarifies, take your journal and jot down 3 convictions that have obscured your vision. 3 deceptions you are prepared to liberate. Observe them. Dissolve like morning mist in the light of your expanding understanding. Chapter 2. The Strength Behind the Curtain. In a lush plain nestled between timeless peaks, there resided a cultivator whose insight exceeded the limits of what senses could discern. Each season, this cultivator would grasp handfuls of kernels and scatter them into the shadowy ground, never once questioning the unseen procedure that would change these small containers into plentiful existence. When others inquired about his steadfast trust in what he could not witness, the cultivator would grin and say, "The foundations that uphold life develop in obscurity, concealed from our sight. Yet I know they extend deep into the earth, pulling up the core of formation itself." You, like this cultivator, exist in a realm where the most potent energies stay unseen. The law of attraction functions with the same surety as the tenets that govern kernel and ground. Just as roots expand beneath the soil, invisible webs of vitality link all things reacting to the oscillations of your ideas and feelings. Consider the atmosphere you inhale, invisible yet vital. Reflect on the energy of attraction, unseen yet constant. These hidden strengths form the visible realm just as your ideas and sentiments form the existence you encounter. The cosmos reacts not to what your senses perceive, but to the vitality you release through your convictions, anticipations, and emotional condition. Let me impart to you the narrative of a craftsman who comprehended this reality profoundly. Each day she would position herself before an unshaped mass of clay, her palms resting softly on its cool exterior. While others saw only crude material, her inner vision discerned the completed masterpiece awaiting emergence. With each press of her fingers, she eliminated what did not fit, trusting in the image she held inside. She labored not from ambiguity, but from a place of complete knowledge. The form already existed, she merely unveiled it. This craftsman's craft reflects the way the cosmos reacts to your inner image. The existence you aspire to already exists in potential, awaiting your acknowledgement and trust to bring it into form. Like the cultivator's roots and the craftsman's clay, these invisible energies operate ceaselessly, whether you recognize them or not. Your duty is not to make them function, but to harmonize yourself with their natural course. To deepen your comprehension of these hidden strengths, pause now for this exercise. Select one invisible energy that forms your world, perhaps compassion, trust, or even attraction. In your journal, explore how this unseen power affects your daily existence. Notice how its impacts, realize though the energy itself remains invisible to your senses. Through this contemplation, you will start to identify the subtle yet mighty ways that unseen vitalities form your reality. Chapter 3. Resonances of the Boundless. In the era before contemporary devices, there existed a navigator who perfected the craft of stellar direction. Night after night, he would position himself at the command of his craft, his gaze elevated to the perpetual motion of lights above. While others saw only dispersed specks of radiance, he identified the timeless designs that had directed voyagers for innumerable generations through gales and serene waters alike. These heavenly signals never faltered him. The lights, he would say, communicate to those who master their tongue. They narrate tales of where we stand and where we must proceed. Just as this navigator found guidance in the cosmic designs overhead, you too are encompassed by indicators and emblems from the cosmos. These sacred markers manifest as significant alignments, repeating figures, or random meetings that feel oddly meaningful. They are not haphazard occurrences, but rather the cosmos's manner of conversing with you. The tongue of coincidence courses through every instant, murmuring direction to those who attune their awareness to its existence. When you observe repeated designs or undergo moments of flawless timing, you catch a glimpse of the invisible strands that interlace through the texture of being. Let me impart to you the narrative of a composer who comprehended this holy exchange. One fall dusk, as foliage swayed on the twilight gust, she heard more than just the fluttering of breeze through branches. Within nature's orchestra, she discerned a harmony, a tune that appeared to arise from the very soul of formation. Instead of rejecting this ethereal melody as fancy, she opened herself to its leadership. For days she positioned herself with her tool, permitting the gust's song to course through her. The ensuing piece moved spirits deeply, for it bore within it the genuine voice of cosmic balance. Like this composer, you can master identifying and interpreting the delicate messages that encircle you. Each déjà vu instant, each recurring motif, each abrupt harmony acts as a beacon on your course. These coincidences disclose that you are in balance with the cosmos's course, progressing in cadence with its sacred orchestration. When you open your awareness to these murmured realities, you commence to discern the elaborate weave of significance threaded through your daily encounters. What once appeared as mere alignment transforms into a holy dialogue between your awareness and the boundless insight that directs all things. The cosmos communicates to you through these soft prompts, these moments of deep linkage, inviting you to sway in flawless cadence with its perpetual rhythm. To commence collaborating with these cosmic indicators, embrace this exercise. Establish a coincidence journal. Each day document the design's alignments and meaningful instants that capture your notice. Observe the distinct circumstances that accompanied that awareness. This exercise will uncover patterns you've never detected before, illustrating that you've been receiving the tongue of formation all along, albeit in soft tones. Like antique symbols surfacing from beneath layers of dust, these patterns will illuminate the profound connection between your experiences and the reality they shape. Each instance you record strengthens your recognition of this divine language that flows through you. Soon you will learn to interpret it with the full force of your being, transforming those soft tones into declarations that echo through the chambers of the cosmos. Chapter 4. The Reflection of Your Awareness. In the core of a bustling metropolis, there once existed a glass unlike any other. Those who gazed into its plane saw not their bodily image, but rather the condition of their internal realm made evident. A fatigued commuter once happened upon this mystical surface one foggy dawn. As she neared, her image appeared faint and obscured, matching the anxious ideas that had troubled her commute. Yet as she positioned herself before the glass, a remarkable change unfolded. When her mind drifted to recollections of delight, her image started to shine with golden radiance. When apprehension sneaked in, thunderclouds assembled in the glass. Each alteration in her ideas painted a fresh existence across the surface, disclosing the close bond between her internal condition and the world she discerned. Just as this enchanted reflection mirrored the commuter's ideas, your awareness serves as a reflection to the cosmic energies that form existence. Every idea you maintain generates waves in the texture of being, attracting encounters that correspond to your internal oscillation. This is not mere allegory, but a basic tenet of awareness, as within so without. Your ideas are not inactive spectators of existence, but active formers of your encounter. Like the plane of a calm pond reflecting the heavens above, your awareness reflects and draws situations that resonate with your predominant mental condition. Let me impart to you the narrative of a plot that reacted to its guardian's spirit. This plot thrived not merely through bodily maintenance, but through the sentimental vitality of its caretaker. On days when the guardian approached with delight and affection, the blossoms would erupt with vivid hues, their petals extending toward the sun. But when she arrived with concern or resentment in her spirit, the same flora would sag, their foliage turning muted and sluggish. At first, she dismissed these shifts as happenstance, yet as cycles passed, the design became undeniable. Her plot mirrored her sentiments with steadfast accuracy. The blooms flourished most splendidly when she hummed to them with happiness. The produce grew most plentiful when she cared for them with serene ideas. Her plot became a living image of her internal realm, Your existence, like this responsive plot, mirrors the quality of your ideas. Each situation you meet, each bond you establish, each chance that emerges, reflects the kernels you have sown in the ground of your awareness. When you examine your current existence, you observe the yield of your prior ideas made evident. To commence cultivating awareness of this reflection, participate in this exercise. Locate a serene area and set aside 5 minutes. Allow your ideas to course naturally, watching them as an observer would watch a passing brook. Make no effort to criticize or alter them. Simply note their designs, their tone, their recurring motifs. After this observation period, record in your journal the nature of ideas you observed. This exercise will disclose the mental kernels you are currently sowing in the garden of your existence. Chapter 5. The initial key. In a room veiled by obscurity, a lone lantern holder progressed with calculated strides. Each motion of their glow cast illumination into nooks that had resided in shadow since time began. As the holder neared each darkened area, secrets long overlooked surfaced into view, dusty volumes of insight, sparkling gems, and timeless symbols carved in rock. With each lit nook, the room's authentic nature disclosed itself, changing from a void into a storehouse of concealed understanding. You hold within you the same strength of enlightenment. Your awareness serves as the glow that brings light to the shadowed nooks of your consciousness. Just as the lantern holder uncovered treasures in darkness, your mindful focus reveals the rich panorama of your internal world. The craft of awareness commences with the straightforward act of witnessing. When you shine the light of consciousness upon your ideas, sentiments, and responses, you initiate a deep change. No longer do these internal motions govern from the shadows. Brought into light, they become known, comprehended, and ultimately commanded. In the core of a timeless town resided a master clockmaker, whose repute attracted admirers from far lands. Those who observed him later witnessed an extraordinary level of focus to detail. He would elevate each minuscule cog to the light, inspecting it from every perspective, comprehending its distinct role in the larger whole. One day, an apprentice inquired why he devoted so much time to studying each piece. The clockmaker smiled and replied, "Only by knowing the nature of each component can I comprehend how they function in harmony. A single particle of dust overlooked can disrupt the entire mechanism." The clockmaker's insight holds true for the mechanics of awareness. Each idea, each feeling, each subtle shift in your internal condition influences the precise mechanism of your existence. When you develop the clockmaker's eye for detail, observing each emotional cog, each mental spring, you gain command over the clockwork of your encounter. This exercise of awareness discloses patterns previously concealed from view. Like the clockmaker examining his timepiece, you begin to recognize how each element of your internal world contributes to the whole. Your sentiments, when charged with clear purpose, become the blueprint for manifestation. To cultivate this heightened awareness, participate in this exercise. For 1 full day, observe your sentiments as they arise. Label each feeling simply and without judgment, as though you are a researcher cataloging samples. Irritation arising, contentment present, unease appearing. Notice how these sentiments flow and change how they influence your ideas and actions. Record these observations in your journal, creating a map of your sentimental landscape. This exercise transforms you from a passenger in your sentimental journey to a conscious witness of your internal world. Chapter 6. Vitality in motion. In the undulating terrain of a timeless territory, a herder cared for his herd along a meandering stream. Each day he strolled beside its waters, noting how the current altered with the landscape. In areas where the path was even, the stream progressed with soft elegance, its surface mirror-like and tranquil. Yet when the bed grew uneven or constricted, the waters swirled and bubbled as though voicing nature's own restless core. The herder observed that his internal conditions seemed to reflect the stream's varying moods. On days when his ideas were lucid and his heart at peace, he found himself attracted to the calm sections where the water coursed serenely. During periods of internal upheaval, his feet invariably guided him to the rapids where the surging waters echoed his unsettled spirit. Your sentiments flow like this timeless stream bearing messages from the depths of your being. They are not mere responses to be suppressed or overlooked, but rather refined guidance systems, attuned to the cosmic energies that form your existence. When you feel delight, gratitude, or serenity, you harmonize with the natural course of life. When unease, resentment, or apprehension arise, these sentiments signal opposition to this course. High in the peaks, a lone eagle rides the invisible drafts of air. Without charts or tools, it knows exactly which breezes will carry it home. The eagle does not question its instincts or doubt the signals it receives from the atmosphere around it. It simply senses, responds, and glides. Like this eagle, you possess an innate ability to navigate by feeling. Your sentiments are the breezes that direct you toward or away from harmony with your highest good. Delight elevates you higher, while discomfort alerts of turbulence ahead. These feelings are not arbitrary. They are precise indicators of your relationship with cosmic reality. The eagle's insight lies in its complete trust of these natural signals. It does not battle against the breeze or ignore its subtle messages. Instead, it yields to this guidance, permitting itself to be transported effortlessly toward its destination. Your sentimental guidance system operates with this same natural intelligence. When you learn to trust and follow its signals, you discover an effortless path through life's challenges. Your feelings become trusted companions, leading you toward encounters that resonate with your true nature and away from those that do not serve your highest good. As this day concludes, reflect on 3 moments when your sentiments served as guides, like stars lighting your path through obscurity. Record how these feelings influenced your choices and the outcomes that followed. Notice both instances where you heeded this guidance and times when you might have ignored it. Pay special attention to the subtle whispers of your inner wisdom, those gentle nudges that either drew you toward or away from certain situations. Consider how your body responded in these moments, for your physical sensations are intimately connected to your sentimental compass. Through this practice of mindful reflection, you strengthen your ability to recognize and trust these natural signals, gradually becoming more attuned to the sacred wisdom that flows through you. Chapter 7. The tenets you didn't know governed you. In the shadows of a peak sanctuary, a wise mentor sat with a young disciple beneath a fruit-heavy branch. As they observed a mature fruit drop from its limb following an invisible trajectory to the ground below, the mentor asked what caused the fruit to descend. The disciple replied swiftly, "Attraction, of course. And can you see this energy?" the mentor inquired. "No," admitted the disciple. "Yet you trust in its existence, for you witness its effects. So too are there unseen tenets that govern all formation, shaping your destiny as surely as attraction shapes the fruit's path. You stand now where innumerable seekers have stood before, at the threshold of comprehending these eternal principles. The tenet of oscillation teaches that everything in existence vibrates, nothing rests. Your ideas and sentiments emit frequencies that resonate through the texture of reality. The tenet of correspondence whispers that designs repeat themselves across all levels of being, as above, so below, as within, so without. These tenets operate with perfect precision, whether acknowledged or ignored. Like the force that draws the fruit downward, they work silently, ceaselessly shaping the course of your life through their subtle influence. In a remote kingdom, a leader inherited a territory divided by conflict. Where others sought to impose order through might, this leader observed the natural rhythms of his domain. He noticed how the cycles influenced the harvester's yields, how the lunar phases affected his people's dispositions, how the seasons dictated the flow of trade and festivities. Comprehending these natural tenets, he aligned his rule with them rather than against them. He scheduled crucial gatherings during the growing moon, when vitality rose naturally. He planned reaps and celebrations in harmony with the seasons. Gradually, his kingdom found its rhythm. Prosperity flowed as naturally as water downstream. Just as this wise leader discovered, these cosmic tenets orchestrate the dance of formation. When you harmonize with them, life flows with graceful ease. When you resist them, you create friction and struggle. Your current situations, whether agreeable or challenging, reflect your relationship with these eternal principles. Now turn your attention to an area of your life where progress feels obstructed or difficult. Examine it through the lens of cosmic tenet. Perhaps the tenet of oscillation reveals that your ideas and feelings about this situation vibrate at a frequency that attracts more resistance. Or maybe the tenet of correspondence shows how your inner conflicts manifest as outer obstacles. Let this awareness guide you toward a new perspective, one that aligns with, rather than opposes, these timeless truths. Chapter 8. The Gap Between Ideas. In the core of a contemporary retreat garden, a contemplative sat motionless beneath a spreading willow. As morning light filtered through the foliage, he observed not just the gentle sway of branches, but the sacred gaps between their motions. In these intervals of perfect quiet wisdom revealed itself without terms. You too carry within you this capacity for profound stillness. Between each idea, each breath, each moment lies a doorway to cosmic truth. Just as the contemplative discovered, these spaces of silence hold the essence of all creation. The cosmos speaks in whispers, not shouts. Its deep mysteries unfold in moments of complete stillness, when the mind's endless chatter subsides. Like a still pond that perfectly reflects the sky above, a quiet mind mirrors the infinite wisdom of creation. Many seek truth through constant motion, endless questioning, and ceaseless activity. Yet the greatest revelations often emerge from absolute stillness. This principle manifests in the story of a creator who struggled to find inspiration. Each day she labored tirelessly in her workspace, forcing creativity through sheer will. Her work felt empty, lifeless. One sleepless night she ventured to her workspace hours before dawn. In the darkness she sat quietly watching the gradual awakening of the world. As the first hints of light touched the horizon, she experienced a moment of perfect silence. In this stillness, inspiration flowed naturally, effortlessly. Her subsequent creations, born from these silent dawn hours, touched hearts in ways her forced efforts never could. Your journey mirrors both the contemplative and the creator. The answers you seek already exist within the quiet spaces of your being. When you learn to rest in stillness, to value the silence between ideas, as much as the ideas themselves, you align with the universe's natural rhythm. These moments of stillness serve as gateways to higher understanding. Just as a receiver must be precisely tuned to capture a clear signal, your consciousness must find stillness to receive the cosmos's guidance. The noise of daily life, endless thoughts, worries, and distractions create static that drowns out these subtle frequencies. Practice. Find a comfortable position, whether seated in contemplation or lying quietly, and set a timer for 5 minutes. Close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath, allowing your body to settle into a natural rhythm. Rather than focusing on the inhale or exhale, notice the subtle pause between breaths, that moment of perfect suspension where all movement ceases. Rest your awareness in these spaces of perfect stillness, as though you are floating in an infinite ocean of peace. When thoughts arise, as they naturally will, acknowledge them gently without judgment, and return to observing the quiet between breaths. Let each moment of silence reveal the deeper truths waiting within you, knowing that in these sacred spaces of stillness, universal wisdom flows most freely. This simple practice connects you to the eternal source of all knowledge, where answers emerge not through seeking, but through surrendering to the silence. Chapter 9. The Network of Interlinkage. In the depths of a modern woodland, a weaver crafted her net in the pre-dawn glow. Each filament emerged with perfect accuracy, creating an intricate design that sparkled with morning moisture. When a soft gust touched one delicate filament, the entire net resonated in harmony, demonstrating nature's fundamental truth: all is interlinked. You exist within a similar net of infinite connections. Every idea you hold, every term you speak, every action you take, sends ripples through the fabric of existence. Like the weaver's silk strands, these connections may appear fragile, yet they possess remarkable strength and purpose. The cosmos operates as one vast interlinked system, Your presence affects the whole in ways beyond ordinary perception. When you offer a kind gesture to a colleague, that energy transforms countless unseen interactions. When you hold a compassionate thought, its vibration touches lives you may never meet. This is not merely poetic imagery. It is the fundamental nature of reality. In a remote valley, there once stood a community where this truth became abundantly clear. For generations, the residents lived in isolation from one another, each household tending only to their own needs. The community struggled with meager resources and little joy. Then came a wise elder who taught them to see their inherent connection. As the residents began to share their resources, skills, and care for one another, something remarkable occurred. Gardens flourished, children thrived, and solutions to age-old problems emerged naturally through their combined wisdom. They discovered that their individual strengths, when woven together, created a resilient community far greater than the sum of its parts. This community mirrors the truth of your own existence. You are not separate from the world around you. You are an essential thread in the grand tapestry of life. Every kind gesture, every moment of understanding, every instance of sharing your unique gifts strengthens the entire web of being. Like the weaver sensing vibrations across her net, you can learn to perceive these subtle connections. Your intuition already knows this truth. It recognizes the invisible threads that link all things. When you acknowledge these connections, you begin to move in greater harmony with the universal flow. Take a quiet moment to reflect on your place within the greater web of existence. Find a peaceful space where you can contemplate without distraction, allowing your mind to settle into the profound interconnectedness of all things. In your journal, write down 3 specific ways you contribute to the tapestry of life around you. These might be skills you share, ways you support others, or unique perspectives you bring to your relationships and community. Consider not just the obvious contributions, but also the subtle ways your presence enriches the lives of those around you. Perhaps through your listening ear, your gentle encouragement, or the light of your smile. Recognize that these contributions, however small they may seem, create ripples that touch countless lives in ways you may never fully know. Like a pebble cast into still waters, your every action sends waves of influence far beyond your immediate sight, weaving threads of connection through the infinite fabric of existence. Chapter 10. Rousing to the Potential. In a gilded residence far beyond the hills, there resided a splendid creature, whose plumage glimmered with all the shades of twilight. Though its abode was decorated with valuable treasures and the finest fabrics, the creature spent its days gazing through ornate barriers at the boundless heavens beyond. For years it mourned its confinement, dreaming of gliding through vapors and swaying on air currents. One morning, as sunlight streamed through the aperture, casting new radiance on its bonds, the creature noticed something peculiar. There was no fastener on the enclosure entrance. There had never been one. With a gentle push of its beak, the portal swung open. The creature had been free all along, held captive only by its own beliefs. You too possess this freedom, though you may not yet recognize it. The cosmos holds infinite possibilities waiting to unfold before you. Like that precious creature, you might perceive barriers where none truly exist. These apparent limitations are but shadows cast by thoughts that no longer serve you. The law of attraction responds not to your circumstances, but to your alignment with universal truth. When you release self-imposed constraints, you open channels through which abundance naturally flows. Your potential extends far beyond the boundaries you have accepted as real. Consider the tale of a weary voyager who lost their way in a vast wilderness. For days they wandered in circles, following misleading landmarks and false horizons. Exhausted and desperate, they finally ceased their frantic searching and grew still. In that moment of surrender, they remembered the wisdom of their forebears, that each person carries an internal compass aligned with their true path. The voyager closed their eyes and turned their attention inward. There, in the quiet space between heartbeats, they found their direction. With renewed trust in this inner guidance, they walked forward confidently. Each step led them closer to home, though the path looked nothing like they had imagined. This journey mirrors your own. The way forward may appear unclear, yet you possess an unfailing inner compass. When you align with universal truth, paths reveal themselves naturally. What seems impossible from one perspective becomes inevitable from another. Practice. Take a moment now to connect with your deepest wisdom. On a blank page, write down one dream or calling that has consistently pulled at your heart, something that feels aligned with your deepest truth. Then identify one small step you can take this week toward this dream. Remember, like the enclosure door that has always been open, the cage door has always been open. Part 2. Deepening the Vision. Chapter 11. Unlocking the Mystery Within You. In a remote hillside settlement, there lived a seeker of reality who spent years journeying to holy sites and consulting enlightened guides. Despite accumulating numerous scrolls of insight and rare relics, an emptiness lingered in their spirit. One night, fatigued from their endless quest, they fell into a deep contemplation beside a calm reservoir. As the moon's image danced on the water, they saw their own heart glowing with an inner radiance. In that moment, they realized the reality they had searched for across lands had always resided within. You possess the same radiance, the same reality. The greatest enigmas of being are not hidden in ancient volumes or remote retreats. They pulse within your own awareness. Like a sun behind clouds, your inner wisdom waits patiently to be unveiled. The cosmos operates through you, not separate from you. Each idea, each feeling, each moment of awareness is a gateway to deeper understanding. When you turn your gaze inward with genuine curiosity, you begin to access layers of knowledge that transcend ordinary perception. This reminds me of the gem hunter who struggled to find precious stones in turbulent depths. For years, they relied on charts and calculations, searching where others had found success. But the truly rare gems remained elusive, until one day, floating quietly in the depths, they began to feel a subtle pull and knowing that defied explanation. Following this inner guidance, they discovered beds of gems more magnificent than any recorded in merchants' logs. The hunter's experience mirrors a universal truth. The most valuable discoveries come through trusting your inner wisdom. Just as they learn to feel the presence of gems beneath the waves, you can develop sensitivity to the truth that resonates within your own being, your search for meaning, for purpose. For understanding it all leads back to this simple yet powerful revelation. The answers you seek are not scattered across the external world but are waiting to be recognized within your own consciousness. Practice. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Sit comfortably and close your eyes for 10 minutes. Hold the question in your mind: what truth am I hiding from myself? Don't strain for answers. Simply remain present with the question. Let insights arise naturally, like bubbles rising to the surface of a still pond. After your contemplation, record any revelations in your journal. Chapter 12. The Tongue of the Cosmos. In the shadow of a timeless peak where insight echoes through eternity, an elder sat beneath a twisted pine. A weary voyager approached, seeking direction for their voyage. Instead of offering a chart, the elder gestured to the rustling foliage above. "The wind speaks to those who learn its language," the elder murmured. Day after day, the elder taught the voyager to distinguish the subtle variations in the breeze. How it howled through the ravine before a gale. How it frolicked with fallen leaves to mark the shifting seasons. How it carried melodies of distant realms to those who listened closely. You too stand at the threshold of such wisdom. The cosmos communicates ceaselessly through an intricate tapestry of signs and symbols, weaving messages into the fabric of your daily experience. These messages appear as recurring numbers, chance encounters, or thoughts that align perfectly with unexpected events. Like ripples on a pond, each synchronicity carries meaning outward from its source. When you notice the same symbol appearing repeatedly, or experience a string of related coincidences, the cosmos beckons you to pay attention. These are not random occurrences, but rather cosmic signposts guiding you toward alignment with universal truth. Consider the tale of the herdsman who walked the ancient meadows beneath vast night skies. While others saw only scattered lights above, he recognized patterns that told stories of seasons, weather, and safe passages. Through patient observation, he learned to read the celestial language written in starlight. His herd thrived because he understood that nature itself was speaking, offering guidance to those who developed eyes to see and ears to hear. This herdsman's wisdom mirrors your own potential to perceive the subtle language of the cosmos. Each seemingly chance encounter, each recurring theme, each unexpected alignment of events. These are stars in your personal constellation of meaning. They form patterns that, when recognized, illuminate your path forward. The cosmos's messages surround you constantly, woven into the very texture of your experience. That book that falls open to exactly the page you needed. To read the conversation that answers a question you've been pondering, the repeated sighting of a particular animal or symbol. These are not mere coincidences, but threads in the universal dialogue. Practice. For the next 7 days, maintain a synchronicity journal. Record any meaningful coincidences, recurring patterns, or unexpected alignments you encounter. Note the circumstances, your thoughts and feelings at the time, and any potential significance you perceive. At week's end, review your entries, looking for common themes or messages that may have been trying to reach you. Chapter 13. The Sacred Design. In a time beyond memory, there lived a designer whose vision surpassed the boundaries of ordinary imagination. Each night he dreamed of towering structures and elegant curves that would reach the heavens. When dawn broke, he carefully transcribed these divine inspirations onto parchment, creating blueprints that would guide the hands of countless workers. Yet the designer understood a profound truth. While the vision was his to receive, the manifestation required trust in others. He watched as builders selected perfect materials, artisans carved intricate details, and decorators painted celestial scenes. Though each worker approached their task differently, their combined efforts gradually transformed his dream into reality. The edifice that emerged exceeded even his original vision, for it carried within it the unique touch of every soul who contributed to its creation. You too carry within you a sacred design, a holy blueprint etched into the very essence of your being. This blueprint contains not just what you are meant to do, but who you are meant to become. Like the designer's vision, it seeks expression through your unique gifts and talents. In the mountains grew a tree, neither the tallest nor the most striking, yet perfectly adapted to its environment. Its branches reached toward available light, its roots found sustenance in rocky soil, and its trunk grew strong against prevailing winds. The tree never questioned why it grew differently from others in the forest. It simply followed its nature, becoming exactly what it was meant to be. Your path unfolds in much the same way. The cosmos has planted within you seeds of purpose that respond to the unique conditions of your life. When you align with your authentic nature, like the tree, you naturally grow toward fulfillment. Your challenges become opportunities for growth. Your limitations guide you toward your true strengths, and your intuition leads you to your highest expression. This truth resonates through the ages. Each soul carries a unique imprint of the divine. Just as no two leaves share the same pattern, no two paths to fulfillment are identical. The designer trusted his workers to interpret his vision through their individual skills, and the tree grew according to its own nature. Similarly, you must trust the whispers of your soul, following the direction that feels most authentic to your being. Practice. Take a moment of quiet reflection. In your journal, write down one dream or calling that consistently pulls at your heart, something that feels aligned with your deepest truth. Then identify one small step you can take this week toward this dream. Remember, like the edifice, great achievements begin with single stones carefully placed. Chapter 14. The Second Key. In the sun-dappled garden where wisdom bloomed alongside flowers, there lived a caretaker who understood the sacred art of creation. Each morning, as dawn painted the sky in gentle hues, she would walk among her soil with seeds cradled in her palms. Yet before a single seed touched the earth, she would close her eyes and hold in her mind's eye the exact vision of what would bloom, the height of each stem, the color of each petal, the way sunlight would dance through the leaves. The cosmos responds to such clarity of vision through your intentions. You shape the formless into form. Just as the caretaker shapes her garden through the power of focused thought, each seed she plants carries not just the potential for life, but the specific imprint of her vision. When you set an intention, you create a bridge between the invisible realm of possibility and the visible world of manifestation. Like the caretaker who sees blooms before the first green shoot breaks through soil, you must cultivate the ability to hold your desires with unwavering clarity. In a quiet village lived a potter whose hands knew the secret language of clay. Before touching his wheel, he would sit in silence, feeling the vessel take shape in his mind. His fingers moved with deliberate purpose, each gesture guided by the clear intention he had set. The clay responded to his focused will, transforming from shapeless mass into elegant form. The potter never fought against the clay's nature, but rather aligned his intentions with its inherent properties. When resistance arose, he adjusted his touch while maintaining his vision. Through this dance of intention and adaptability, masterpieces emerged. The potter's art mirrors the way the cosmos responds to your inner vision. The existence you desire already exists in potential, waiting for your recognition and trust to bring it into form. Your thoughts, when charged with clear purpose, become the blueprint for manifestation. Practice. Find a quiet moment and write a single specific intention for one area of your life. Let your words be clear and precise, avoiding vague generalities. For 5 minutes each day, sit in silence with this intention, feeling it as if it is already manifested. Like the caretaker viewing her future garden, see your intention in vivid detail. Chapter 15. The cosmos is attentive. In a grove where ancient trees whispered secrets of harmony, a performer sat beneath swaying branches. Each morning she would hum a simple melody, letting it float on the breeze. At first, her song seemed to disappear into the air, but as she continued, something magical began to unfold. The wind carried back fragments of her tune, transformed and enriched. Birds wove their calls into her melody, leaves rustled in rhythm, and even the distant streams seemed to murmur her song. The cosmos operated as a grand mirror, reflecting back the vibrations you send forth. Like ripples in a pond, every thought, word, and action creates waves in the fabric of existence. These waves return to you often in ways you might not expect, but always in perfect resonance with what you've projected. Your consciousness acts as an instrument, constantly broadcasting frequencies into the universal field. When you speak words of kindness, the cosmos orchestrates situations that bring kindness back to you. When you radiate joy, circumstances align to multiply that joy. This is not mere coincidence, but the operation of cosmic law. In the fertile valleys lived a cultivator who understood this truth through working with the land. Each crop reflected not just the seeds planted, but the quality of attention given. Where he tended with love and care, the plants grew strong and abundant. Where his thoughts were scattered or negative, the harvest proved meager. The cultivator noticed that on days when he sang to his crops and spoke words of encouragement, the plants seemed to stretch toward him, their leaves more vibrant, their fruits more sweet. Yet in fields where he harbored doubt or frustration, even the hardiest seed struggled to thrive. This simple truth reveals itself in every aspect of your existence. The cosmos responds not just to your actions, but to the energy behind them. Your thoughts and emotions create a vibrational signature that draws corresponding experiences into your life. Like the performer whose melody returns, enriched by nature's chorus, or the cultivator whose crops mirror his care, you participate in a constant exchange with the universal field. Every moment offers an opportunity to choose the quality of energy you send forth. Practice. Set aside 5 minutes each day to engage in intentional, positive self-talk. Speak words of appreciation, success, and joy as if sharing them directly with the cosmos. Like the performer humming her melody, let your affirmations rise naturally, knowing they will return transformed into experience. Chapter 16. Shattering the bonds of apprehension. In a remote domain, a captive sat in a dimly lit chamber, bound by what appeared to be unbreakable restraints. For years, these shackles had held them fast, their weight a constant reminder of captivity. One day, as sunlight streamed through the window, casting new light on their bonds, the captive made a startling discovery. The chains that had seemed so solid were merely fragile constructions of their own making, held together by nothing more than the strength of their fears. You possess within you the power to break free from the invisible restraints that bind your spirit. These self-imposed limitations, like fragile bonds, appear formidable only because you believe in their strength. The cosmos awaits your awakening to this truth. Apprehension acts as a veil between you and the infinite possibilities that surround you. It distorts your perception, making mountains of molehills and barriers of shadows. Yet when you shine the light of awareness upon these apprehensions, their illusory nature becomes clear. In a verdant enclosure stood an ornate enclosure, its door wide open. Inside, a magnificent creature perched, its wings shimmering with countless colors. Day after day it remained within, though freedom beckoned. Other creatures would land nearby, calling to their enclosed kin, showing them the joys of flight. Still, it stayed comfortable in its familiar prison. Until one day, a gentle breeze ruffled its feathers, awakening a memory of freedom that could no longer be ignored. Like this creature, you may find comfort in the familiar constraints of your beliefs. The enclosure of limiting thoughts might feel safe, predictable, even necessary. But these beliefs are not your protectors. They are barriers between you and your highest potential. Each apprehension you harbor acts as a signal block, preventing the free flow of cosmic energy into your life. Whether it's apprehension of failure, unworthiness, or change, these mental constructs create resistance to the natural abundance that seeks to flow toward you. Practice. Take a moment to identify one apprehension or limiting belief that holds you back. Write it down, then craft a powerful counter-affirmation that directly challenges this apprehension. For example, if you fear inadequacy, your affirmation might be, "I am complete and worthy of all good things." Repeat this affirmation daily, allowing its truth to dissolve your fragile bonds. Chapter 17. The Alchemy of Appreciation. In the depths of a turbulent gale where the wind howled relentlessly and hope seemed as scarce as shelter, a traveler trudged through endless tempests. Their provisions dwindled, their strength waned. Yet something within urged them forward. As darkness approached and despair threatened to overwhelm, they crested a final ridge to behold a sight that brought tears to their eyes, a haven shimmering with life. Instead of rushing forward to seize relief, the traveler paused, overwhelmed by gratitude. They gave thanks for the journey that led them here, for the strength to persevere, for the beauty before them. As they expressed their appreciation, something miraculous occurred. The haven seemed to expand, revealing hidden springs, abundant resources, and protection from the harsh winds. You stand at the threshold of a profound truth. Appreciation is not merely a response to abundance, but a catalyst that creates it. When you align your heart with gratitude, you tune your being to the frequency of abundance that flows eternally through the cosmos. Like a magnet, gratitude draws forth more reasons to be grateful. This principle manifests in every aspect of existence. Each expression of thanks raises your vibration, creating a resonance with the universal flow of good. As you acknowledge the gifts already present in your life, you open channels for greater blessings to flow. In a distant land lived a sovereign who ruled over a realm that had fallen into decay. One morning, rather than focusing on what was wrong, he began to appreciate the beauty that remained, the strength of his people, the fertility of the soil, the wisdom of his elders. As he shared his gratitude, a transformation began. His people, inspired by his example, began to see beauty where before they saw only lack. Gardens flourished, communities strengthened, and prosperity returned, all sparked by the simple act of appreciation. This tale mirrors the power you hold within your own heart. When you choose gratitude, you choose to see life through the lens of abundance rather than scarcity. Each moment of appreciation becomes a seed that grows into greater manifestation. Practice. As the sun rises each morning, write down 5 specific things for which you feel genuine gratitude. Let your heart fill with the warmth of appreciation as you reflect on how each blessing enriches your life. Notice how this practice gradually transforms your perception of the world around you. Chapter 18. Becoming a Deliberate Designer. In a sunlit workshop, a creator stood before a blank surface, tools and materials arrayed like sacred instruments before them. Each element called out with possibility, each tool whispered of potential. The creator closed their eyes, holding the finished masterpiece in their mind's eye before touching tool to surface. With each motion, they poured not just skill, but intention, allowing divine inspiration to flow through their hands. The finished work transcended mere technique. It radiated with purposeful creation. You too stand before the surface of your life, blessed with the power to create with conscious intention. The cosmos has gifted you with the divine right of creation, waiting for you to claim your role as an active participant in life's grand design. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions are your tools. Your intentions provide the colors with which you paint your reality. When you align these elements with purpose, you step into your power as a co-creator with the cosmos. Each thought becomes a stroke. Each emotion adds depth, and each action brings your vision closer to manifestation. This is not mere chance or wishful thinking. It is the application of universal law through conscious creation. In a quiet village long ago, a master smith worked tirelessly at his forge. Unlike others who simply hammered metal into shape, he understood that creating a supreme blade required absolute presence. Every strike of his hammer was precise, every fold of the metal intentional. He saw the finished sword in his mind, feeling its perfect balance before it existed in physical form. Through this focused intention, he created not just weapons, but works of art that seemed to hold magic within their steel. This tale mirrors your own creative power. Like the smith, you must bring clear intention and focused energy to your life's work. When you approach each day with conscious awareness of your creative power, your life begins to reflect the masterpiece you envision. You are not a passive observer in the story of your life, but its primary artist. The cosmos responds to your creative energy, amplifying and manifesting that which you hold with clear intention and aligned action. Practice. Set aside time to create a vision board or detailed written description of your ideal life. Include images, words, or descriptions that resonate deeply with your true desires. Place this where you will see it daily and spend time connecting with these images, feeling them as though they are already manifested. Let this practice remind you of your role as a conscious designer in the universal dance. Chapter 19. The fusion of idea and sentiment. In the core of a vibrant marketplace, a master blender stood before his ingredients, each carefully selected for the masterpiece he would create. He understood that the perfect blend required more than mere technique. It demanded harmony between the elements. As he worked, he infused each motion with intention, each combination with understanding. The result was not simply a product, but an experience that touched the soul of all who partook. You possess within you this same capacity for perfect creation. Like the master blender, your ideas and sentiments must blend in precise harmony to manifest your desires. When your mental clarity aligns with the vibration of your feelings, you create an alchemical reaction that transforms possibility into reality. Just as a blender knows that one element alone cannot create flavor and another alone cannot create texture, you must understand that ideas without emotional resonance lack the power to manifest. It is the marriage of clear intention with authentic feeling that gives birth to creation. In a distant mountain valley lived a healer whose touch could mend the deepest wounds. Those who observed her work noticed that before she laid hands on any patient, she would close her eyes and summon a profound feeling of love. This emotion, combined with her focused intention to heal, created results that seemed miraculous to others. Yet she knew that she was simply aligning universal forces, the power of idea, joined with the energy of emotion. The healer's wisdom reveals a fundamental truth. Your sentiments amplify your ideas, creating a resonance that the cosmos must answer. When you think of what you desire while feeling the joy of its fulfillment, you create a powerful force of attraction. Like the healer's love-infused intention, your emotionally charged ideas become catalysts for manifestation. Practice. Find a quiet space where you will not be disturbed. Close your eyes and bring to mind a goal you wish to manifest. Now, rather than simply thinking about this goal, allow yourself to feel the emotions you would experience upon its achievement. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the satisfaction, as though your desire has already manifested. Maintain this combination of clear visualization and positive emotion for 5 minutes, allowing the experience to fill your entire being. Chapter 20. Perceiving beyond the exterior. In the azure waters of an ancient ocean, a diver descended beneath the churning surface in search of precious pearls. Day after day he faced the tumultuous waves, knowing that beneath their chaos lay treasures of rare beauty. While others saw only the threatening surface, he understood that true value resided in the depths. You, like this diver, stand before life's turbulent waters. The surface may appear daunting, yet beneath every challenge lies a pearl of wisdom waiting to be discovered. When you learn to dive beneath appearances, you begin to perceive the hidden purpose within each experience. The cosmos speaks through every circumstance, offering teachings that transform your understanding. Each difficulty serves as an invitation to look deeper, to search beyond the obvious, and to uncover the truth that lies waiting. Your challenges are not obstacles, but doorways to profound revelation. In a distant mountain valley, there once lived a carver who worked with unwavering dedication. Before him stood a massive block of wood, rough and seemingly formless. Yet his eyes saw beyond the material's crude exterior. With each careful stroke of his tool, he removed what did not belong, gradually revealing the masterpiece hidden within. Like this carver, you must learn to perceive the perfection concealed within each moment. The circumstances that appear rough and unformed contain within them a divine design. Your task is not to force creation, but to reveal the wisdom and beauty already present. The carver's story mirrors your own journey. Life presents you with experiences that may seem shapeless or challenging at first glance. Yet as you approach each moment with awareness and understanding, you begin to recognize the perfect form waiting to emerge. Take a moment to reflect on a challenging experience from your life, one that may have seemed at first like an unwelcome obstacle in your path. In the sacred silence of contemplation, allow your mind to still itself until wisdom emerges naturally, like the morning sun breaking through clouds. Write down 3 positive lessons or insights this experience has revealed to you. As you do this, you will begin to recognize how, like the diver's precious pearls or the carver's magnificent form, these profound teachings were always present within the experience, patiently waiting to be discovered by your awakened consciousness. This simple yet powerful practice will gradually train your inner eye to perceive the hidden blessing concealed within every challenge that life presents to you. Part 3. Mastering the Hidden Realities. Chapter 21. The Course of Sacred Vitality. In a remote canyon, a stream wound its way through the landscape, its waters moving with serene purpose toward the vast sea. Neither boulder nor fallen branch could long impede its journey. The stream simply flowed around obstacles, wearing them smooth or finding new paths forward. Every living thing along its banks drew sustenance from its endless journey, from the smallest bloom to the mightiest oak. You too are part of this eternal course. The cosmos moves with a natural rhythm, an endless dance of vitality, seeking its perfect expression. When you align with this course, life unfolds with graceful ease. Your desires manifest not through force, but through harmony with the greater current that carries all things toward their destiny. Resistance creates the illusion of struggle. Like a swimmer fighting against the current, you exhaust yourself needlessly when you oppose the natural flow of life. The cosmos guides you always toward your highest good, though the path may not appear as you imagined. High above a windswept plain, a young child flew a kite, marveling at its dance in the sky. At first, the child pulled and tugged, trying to force the kite to move as they wished. But soon they discovered a profound truth. When they allowed the kite to move in harmony with the wind, it soared to heights they never dreamed possible. This simple truth reflects the deeper wisdom of surrender, not a surrender of defeat, but one of alignment with the greater forces that shape your journey. When you release the need to control every aspect of your path, you discover a power far greater than your own carrying you forward. Like the kite in the wind, your life takes flight when you learn to work with the currents that surround you. Where are you pulling against the flow? What resistance keeps you bound to struggle? The cosmos invites you to release your grip and trust in its guidance. Close your eyes now and envision yourself as that stream moving with effortless grace toward your desires. Feel the pure joy of alignment as you flow naturally toward your destination. For 5 minutes, let this visualization fill your consciousness. See yourself moving in perfect harmony with the universal current, knowing that all obstacles naturally smooth themselves away before you. Like the stream reaching inevitably toward the sea, trust that you are being carried precisely where you need to go. Chapter 22. The fourth key. In the depths of a raging tempest, a seasoned mariner battled fierce waves that threatened to overwhelm his vessel. For hours he fought against nature's fury, his muscles straining at the helm as he attempted to force his ship through the tempest. Yet with each passing moment, exhaustion crept closer, and the storm showed no signs of relenting. In that moment of desperation, an ancient wisdom stirred within his heart. Releasing his white-knuckled grip on the wheel, he allowed his vessel to move with the wind rather than against it. To his amazement, the ship began to dance with the waves, finding safe passage through the turmoil. What seemed like certain doom transformed into a divine guidance system, leading him to a protected inlet he would never have discovered on his chosen course. You stand now at the threshold of a profound truth: surrender holds more power than struggle. The cosmos operates through an intelligence far greater than human understanding can grasp. When you release your grip on how things should be, you open yourself to possibilities beyond imagination. This wisdom echoes in the tale of the mountaineer who sought to conquer a treacherous peak. For days they pushed forward along their chosen path, bloodying their hands on sharp rocks and exhausting their strength on impossible climbs. Only when they stopped forcing their way forward did they notice a gentle slope, winding around the mountain, a path that led to the summit with grace and ease. These stories mirror the truth of your own journey. Where in your life do you push against the current? What dreams do you grasp so tightly that you strangle their natural unfolding? True surrender is not defeat. It is the wisdom to recognize that the cosmos holds a grander vision than your limited perspective can perceive. Like the mariner who found safety by yielding to the storm's guidance, you too can discover the freedom that comes with release. Like the mountaineer who achieved their goal by surrendering their predetermined path, you can reach your desires through channels you never imagined. Practice. Select one area of your life where you feel stuck or frustrated. Perhaps a relationship that seems stagnant, a career goal that eludes you, or a creative project that refuses to flow. For the next 7 days, consciously release your grip on controlling the outcome. Let go of your preconceived notions of how things should unfold. Document your experience each evening, noting any unexpected opportunities or insights that arise when you allow the cosmos to guide your path. Watch how situations naturally resolve themselves when you step back and trust in divine timing. Pay attention to the subtle shifts in your energy when you surrender, the lightness that replaces tension, the clarity that emerges from confusion. This practice of conscious release will reveal how your attempts to force outcomes often create the very resistance you wish to overcome. Let the wisdom of surrender teach you its gentle lessons. Chapter 23. Living the Mystery Daily. In the fertile plains of a timeless land, there lived a cultivator whose fields flourished year after year. While others struggled with uncertain yields each morning as the first light touched the horizon, the cultivator would walk among their crops, tending to each plant with unwavering devotion. They removed weeds before they could take root, nurtured the soil with care, and spoke words of encouragement to every growing thing. When neighbors asked about the secret to such consistent abundance, the cultivator simply smiled and continued their daily rounds. The true magic lay not in grand gestures or complex techniques, but in the quiet dedication of showing up each day, performing small acts with great love. You too possess this power of consistent creation. The cosmic tenets respond not to sporadic bursts of energy, but to steady, intentional action. Each thought you cultivate, each word you speak, each deed you perform, weaves the fabric of your reality. Like the cultivator who understands that a harvest cannot be rushed, your transformation unfolds through patient practice. Consider the tale of the master artisan who created works of breathtaking beauty. Visitors to their workshop often expressed disappointment, expecting to witness dramatic displays of artistry. Instead, they found the artisan quietly working, placing one element after another with mindful precision. The beauty, the artisan would explain, emerges not from any single element, but from the patient assembly of thousands. This wisdom applies to your journey of spiritual alignment. Each morning, contemplation, each moment of gratitude, each conscious breath builds upon the last. The cosmos responds not to sporadic wishes, but to the steady rhythm of aligned action. Your daily choices, however small they may seem, create the pattern of your life's tapestry. Just as the cultivator knows that skipping a day of tending leads to unwanted growth, and the artisan understands that missing an element disrupts the pattern, your consistent practice maintains the flow of cosmic energy. The power lies not in perfection, but in persistence. Practice. Select a simple daily ritual that resonates with your spirit. Perhaps 5 minutes of morning gratitude, a mindful walk in nature, or an evening visualization of your deepest desires. Choose a specific time and place for this practice. For the next 7 days, commit to this ritual without exception, treating it as sacred as the cultivator treats their morning rounds, or the artisan their daily assembly. Record how this consistent practice affects your energy, your outlook, and your alignment with cosmic forces. Chapter 24. The Cosmos's Resonance. In the depths of a timeless cavern known to those who walk the path of wisdom, a young seeker once ventured into its depths, their voice trembling with doubt as they whispered, "I am lost." The cavern returned, their words multiplied and magnified. Yet when they spoke with conviction, declaring, "I am found," the cavern's response resonated with equal strength and clarity. You live within such a cavern, though its walls may not be of stone. The cosmos itself acts as this resonant chamber, returning to you the precise frequency of your thoughts, words, and actions. Every intention you release into the world creates ripples that eventually return to their source, you. The law of reflection operates with unwavering precision. When you project fear, circumstances arise that validate your anxieties. When you radiate confidence, opportunities emerge that confirm your capabilities. This is not mere coincidence, but the operation of an eternal principle that governs all creation. Picture the tale of the sacred performer in the temple courtyard. As she began her movement, the drummer watched attentively, matching his rhythm to her steps. As her confidence grew, so did the power of the drums. When she hesitated, the beats grew uncertain. Soon it became impossible to determine whether the performer led the drummer or the drummer guided the performer. They had entered a perfect cycle of creation and response. Your life moves in similar patterns of call and response. The cosmos drums to the rhythm of your inner state, while you dance to the beat it returns. This sacred feedback loop offers constant guidance, showing you where alignment flows and where resistance blocks your path. Each experience serves as a message reflecting the energy you have sent forth. A string of unfortunate events may mirror unconscious beliefs about struggle. A flow of synchronicities often follows periods of trust and gratitude. The cosmos offers these reflections not as punishment or reward, but as tools for refinement and growth. The key lies in recognizing these patterns. When you understand that external circumstances mirror internal states, you gain the power to adjust your frequency. Like the seeker in the cavern learning to speak with clarity, or the performer finding harmony with the drum, you can tune your vibration to create the reality you desire. Practice. Find a quiet space where you will remain undisturbed for 5 minutes. Close your eyes and review the events of your recent past encounters, circumstances, and experiences that stand out in your memory. For each situation, ask yourself, what energy did I project before this occurred? What thoughts or beliefs might this be reflecting back to me? Record your insights, looking for patterns between your inner state and outer experiences. This practice reveals the mirror of your creation, allowing you to refine your energy with greater precision. Chapter 25. The Holy Dance of Deed and Permitting. In a settlement among rolling hills lived a caretaker renowned for her abundant harvests. Each spring she would carefully select her seeds, prepare the soil with reverence, and plant each seed with intention. Yet, unlike others who anxiously watched their gardens day and night, she understood a deeper wisdom. After providing water and tending to basic needs, she stepped back, trusting in nature's intelligence to guide the growing process. You stand at a similar threshold between deed and permitting. The cosmic tenets operate with perfect precision, requiring your participation but not your interference. Like the caretaker, your role is to plant seeds of intention and nurture them with aligned deed, then step back and allow the invisible forces to work their magic. When you grasp too tightly to outcomes or attempt to force results through sheer will, you disrupt the natural flow of manifestation. The cosmos operates through perfect timing, orchestrating countless elements beyond your awareness to bring your desires to fruition. The universe's abundance matches the magnitude of your dreams. Consider the symphony orchestra, where each musician plays their part with skill and dedication. A violinist does not attempt to control the entire performance, but rather focuses on their contribution, while trusting in the conductor's guidance and the harmony of the whole. The beauty emerges from this balanced collaboration. So too must you find this sacred balance in your own creation. Take inspired deed when guidance calls, then release attachment to how and when your desires will manifest. This requires faith in the unseen processes that govern all of life, the same forces that turn seeds into flowers and transform individual notes into magnificent symphonies. Your task is not to make things happen through force, but to align your deeds with the natural flow of cosmic energy. When you trust in this process, you'll find that results often unfold in ways far more magnificent than you could have orchestrated on your own. Practice. Choose one meaningful goal or heartfelt desire that truly resonates in your soul. Take one concrete deed step toward it today. Something that feels inspiring, aligned with your inner wisdom, and fills you with a sense of rightness. This deed need not be grand. Even a small step taken with pure intention carries great power. Then, for the next 7 days, consciously release all attachment to how or when results will appear. Let go of the need to control every detail or force specific outcomes. Simply trust with unwavering faith that the cosmic forces are orchestrating the perfect unfolding of your intention, weaving together circumstances and opportunities in ways your limited perspective cannot yet perceive. This practice develops both your capacity for inspired deed and your ability to surrender to divine timing. Chapter 26. The Fifth Key. In the heart of an endless wilderness, where golden sands stretch beyond sight, a pilgrim journeyed forward step by step. Though the sun blazed mercilessly overhead and mirages danced on the horizon, the pilgrim's faith never wavered. Each footprint left in the sand marked not just distance traveled, but devotion to an unseen truth, the certainty that an oasis awaited. You now stand at the threshold of your own wilderness crossing. The cosmic tenets operate with perfect precision, yet their workings often remain invisible to earthly eyes. Like the pilgrim, you must learn to walk forward guided by inner knowing rather than external proof. Faith serves as the bridge between your present reality and desired manifestations. It fills the space between planting a seed and witnessing the first green shoot break through soil. This faith is not blind hope, but rather a deep alignment with cosmic truth, a knowing that transcends physical evidence. In the mountains, a mother bird stands at her nest's edge with her fledgling. Though the young bird has never flown, she gently nudges it forward, trusting in its innate ability to soar. The mother bird holds no doubt, no fear, only pure faith in the natural order of things. In that moment of trust, wings that have never known flight suddenly catch the wind. This same unwavering faith lives within you. It whispers in moments of doubt and lights the path when physical eyes see only darkness. Faith becomes your compass when logic fails, your sustenance when results seem distant, your strength when obstacles appear insurmountable. To align with cosmic forces, you must nurture this faith like a precious flame. Let it grow from a spark into an eternal light that guides your journey. Remember, the cosmos operates with flawless precision, whether or not you can perceive its workings. Your faith in this truth becomes the very force that brings your desires into manifestation. Practice. Take a piece of paper and write a letter to the cosmos expressing your complete and unwavering faith in a specific outcome. Pour your heart into every word, writing as though the manifestation is already certain. When finished, release this letter, burn it, bury it, or cast it to the wind, symbolically entrusting your desire to cosmic forces. Chapter 27. Boundless potentials await. In a coastal settlement lived a seafarer who ventured daily into the endless expanse of ocean, while others hugged the shoreline, casting their nets in familiar waters. This seafarer sailed beyond the horizon where sea met sky. Each morning, as his small boat drifted upon vast waters, he would cast his net with complete trust, knowing the ocean's abundance knew no bounds. You too stand before an infinite sea of possibility. Like the seafarer, you must learn to cast your net into deeper waters beyond the familiar shallows where others dwell. The cosmos holds limitless potential, waiting to fill your net with treasures beyond imagination. When you align with cosmic forces, scarcity dissolves into abundance. What appears finite to earthly eyes reveals itself as endless to the awakened spirit. Your only limitation lies in the size of the net you dare to cast. On a moonless night, a stargazer lay upon a hilltop, eyes fixed upon the endless canvas above. As countless stars revealed themselves in the darkness, she understood that each point of light represented not just a star, but entire galaxies, each containing billions of possibilities. The more intently she gazed, the more stars emerged from the darkness, until she realized the cosmos's abundance exceeded all human comprehension. Just as the stargazer discovered endless worlds in the night sky, you must expand your vision beyond current horizons. The cosmos's abundance matches the magnitude of your dreams. When you limit your dreams, you limit the flow of cosmic energy. When you expand them, you open channels for greater manifestation. Your dreams are not too big. They are more likely too small. You have been taught to desire what seems reasonable, achievable, safe, but the cosmos operates on a scale far beyond human reason. It deals in infinities, not limitations. Your greatest dreams barely scratch the surface of what's possible when you align with cosmic forces. Practice. Take a moment now to write down 3 dreams that seem impossible by current standards. Let your imagination soar beyond practical limitations. For each seemingly impossible dream, identify one small step you could take today toward its realization. Remember, the cosmos's only boundary is your willingness to dream beyond boundaries. Chapter 28. The Voyage Beyond Boundaries. In the ancient records there lies a tale of a voyager who stood before the forbidden peaks. For generations, locals warned of the perils beyond those summits, speaking of dangers that kept their people bound to the valley below. Yet this voyager felt a stirring in their soul, an inner knowing that transcended generations of fear. You, like this voyager, stand before your own forbidden peaks. Beliefs that tower in your mind, casting shadows of limitation across your path. These peaks were not formed by nature, but by thoughts passed down, whispered warnings that became solid as stone. The voyager began to climb each step, challenging the wisdom of ages. Higher and higher they ascended until the clouds parted to reveal not the dreaded wasteland of legend, but an endless horizon stretching beyond imagination. In that moment, they understood the peaks had protected nothing. They had only hidden everything. Within the infinite lies a truth waiting for you. Boundaries exist first in thought, before they manifest in experience. The cosmos knows no limits, save those you accept as real. Witness now the tale of a young bird raised in a grove where all its kind flew to the same height, never surpassing the tallest trees. One dawn, caught in an updraft, this bird was lifted beyond its known world. Instead of fighting to descend, it surrendered to the current, discovering wings strong enough to soar past every learned limitation. From that day forward, it never again confined its flight to the boundaries of the grove. In your life, how many groves have you accepted? How many invisible lines have become your truth? The boundaries you perceive are like morning mist, substantial in appearance yet dissolving when touched by awareness. Each time you question a limitation, you stand at the base of your own forbidden peaks. Each time you challenge a boundary, you spread wings capable of reaching new heights. The infinite awaits not beyond some distant horizon, but in your willingness to question what you have accepted as impossible. Take a moment now to write down one limiting belief that has become your peak, that seemingly impassable barrier looming before you. Examine it closely, not with fear, but with curiosity. Then identify 3 specific actions you could take this week to challenge this boundary, no matter how small these steps might seem. Remember, the Voyager did not destroy the peaks, they simply proved the legends false by crossing them. Like water wearing away stone, your consistent actions will reveal that what appeared solid was merely an illusion of impossibility. The peak remains, but its power to confine you dissolves with each step you take beyond its shadow. Chapter 29. The Cosmos Awakens Through You. In a settlement among ancient hills, darkness fell early and stayed late. The residents moved through their evenings in shadow, each home isolated in its own pool of darkness. Then one evening, an elder lit a single lantern and stepped outside. Instead of shielding the flame, she held it high, allowing its light to shine freely. A child, fascinated by the warm glow, brought forth their own lantern and lit it from the elder's flame. One by one, neighbors emerged, each lighting their lantern from those already burning. Soon, the settlement square blazed with shared light, revealing faces that had been hidden in darkness for generations. The residents discovered they could see not just pathways, but possibilities. You hold within you a similar light, the radiance of awakened consciousness. When you align with cosmic truth, your inner illumination cannot help but touch others. Like ripples on a still pond, your transformation creates waves that reach far beyond your visible horizon. Consider the tale of the wandering performer who played his instrument in the marketplace. His melody carried no words, yet it spoke directly to the soul. A craftsman began to hum along her hands, shaping materials in rhythm with the song. An artist, moved by the combined sounds, added his own voice. By sunset, the marketplace had become an orchestra of spontaneous creation, each person contributing their unique note to the harmony. This mirrors the way consciousness spreads through humanity. One awakened soul inspires another to remember their own inner music. That remembering awakens others, creating a symphony of elevated awareness. Your personal journey of alignment with cosmic truth thus becomes a gift to all. The light you kindle within yourself illuminates paths for others. The song you learn to sing awakens forgotten melodies in those around you. As you step into alignment with cosmic principles, you become a living invitation for others to discover their own truth. Practice. Choose one act of intentional kindness this week, something that stretches beyond your usual habits and comfort zone. Perform it with full presence and awareness, letting your consciousness infuse every moment of the deed. In your journal, record not just what you did, but how the ripples of that action move through your community. Notice how one conscious action creates waves of transformation beyond its initial impact. Watch carefully as your single act of kindness sparks changes in others, who then carry that light forward in their own ways. This is how consciousness evolves, through deliberate acts of love that multiply and expand, touching lives you may never even see. As you witness these expanding circles of influence, you'll begin to understand your role as a catalyst in humanity's collective awakening. Chapter 30. The Boundless Path. In the highest mountains where ancient wisdom whispers through the mists, a wanderer walked for countless seasons, seeking truth through valleys and peaks, through storms and sunshine. They searched tirelessly for the secret of existence, until one dawn, standing atop a crystal-crowned peak, the wanderer realized they had become what they sought. No longer did they walk as one, separate from the wind and stone. Their breath merged with the mountain air. Their heartbeat echoed the pulse of the earth. In that moment of surrender, the wanderer disappeared, and only the truth remained. You stand now at the threshold of this same revelation. The teachings you have discovered are not merely knowledge to be learned, but truth to be lived. When you fully embody these principles, you no longer need to practice them, you become them. Consider the tale of the carver who spent years crafting a masterpiece from pure white marble. Day after day, their hands shaped the stone seeking perfection. One morning, as sunlight touched their work, they saw their own reflection in the polished surface. In that instant, they understood they had not been creating art, but revealing themselves. This mirrors your journey of cosmic truth. These principles are not external laws to be mastered, but expressions of your deepest nature waiting to emerge. As you align with them, you become a living embodiment of the mystery you once sought. The difference lies in being rather than doing. When you truly understand this, your presence alone becomes an expression of cosmic truth. Your thoughts naturally align with higher wisdom. Your actions flow from this alignment without effort or conscious direction. Practice. Take a quiet moment to write your declaration of truth. Begin with the words, "I am," and express the cosmic principles you have embraced not as concepts you understand, but as aspects of your being. Write how these truths flow through your daily life, your relationships, your choices. Make this declaration your mirror, reflecting the reality you have become. Let this declaration serve as your reminder you are no longer seeking the mystery. You have become the mystery itself, a living expression of cosmic truth. If you enjoyed this audiobook, I handpicked this next book, which will change your life. Conclusion. Within you dwells a cosmos vast beyond measure, a universe of infinite possibility that has always been your birthright. As you stand at this sacred threshold, recognize that you have transcended the role of seeker. The ancient wisdom you pursued across mountain peaks and through deep valleys was never separate from your own being. The truth reveals itself with crystal clarity. You are both the vessel and the essence, the question and the answer, the seeker and the sought. This knowledge transforms every breath into a testament of creative power, every heartbeat into a pulse of universal wisdom. In the depths of your consciousness lies the same force that ignites stars and sets galaxies spinning through the cosmic dance. The power that shapes reality flows through your thoughts, your intentions, your very presence. You need not reach outside yourself for guidance, for the compass that directs your path beats steadily within your own heart. This revelation brings with it a profound responsibility. As a bearer of this eternal truth, your mere presence illuminates the path for others like a lantern in the darkness. Your aligned being serves as a reminder of what is possible when one awakens to their true nature. The journey has not ended. It has transformed. Each step forward carries the potential to express more of your infinite nature. Every moment offers an opportunity to embody the principles that have become inseparable from your being. You no longer practice these truths, you live them, breathe them, radiate them through every cell of your existence. Your reality shapes itself around this awakened consciousness. The cosmos responds not to what you do, but to what you are. In recognizing this, you step into your role as a conscious creator, working in harmony with the eternal laws that govern all existence. Let this understanding guide your path forward. You walk now as one who knows not through learning, but through becoming. The mystery is no longer something you seek, but something you are. In this truth lies the key to unlimited transformation, not just for yourself, but for all whose lives you touch.